everyone, welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. So as promised in part 4A of the Journal Making 101 series with the flip flap insert covers that I've been making, I'm back with the second one. That's the lovely fabric that we covered the journal with, and we're ready to basically do this stage that we did in part A. This one's all dry now. I did go ahead and just put the little tabs on there so that they both matched front and back. So I want to work on this one today, which is going to be a combination of fabric and paper, and we're going to be doing some sewing as well, although as you know I don't sew on camera because my machine's so noisy, so I'll just stop, go and sew, and then come back and carry on. So that this doesn't take too long, I have gone ahead and pre-cut, torn down the digitals, and I've created this as a little gusseted pocket here as well. Worked out where I want different things to go on the pages, both front and back, so that it doesn't take me quite as long to actually do it, and hopefully we can complete this within the one video. So yeah, so let's get started, and I'll take you through each step. So I'm going to move that to one side and focus on the front flip flap. Let's just take this out. As you can see, I've gone ahead and decided on what I'm having on all of these. So we'll start with the base as we did last time round. I've literally just decided that I would use these. These digitals, by the way, are from My Porch Prints. It's her Wild Mushroom journal kit that I've just printed the pages and the background pages, and I'm just cutting them up, deciding on what I want where. So let's start sticking this down. I've got my glue, and as I said, this is the front insert. So how's everybody doing? I hope you were able to follow along with the autumn collage journal covering the flip flaps and everything last time round. So this is going to be kind of like a recap, but just with a few extra steps, because we're using the fabric, and I do like to sew around when I use fabric. Obviously you don't have to, it is personal preference that I like to just sew around both the journal and these inserts. So I just thought I would show you both, and as I ran out of time in the previous video to actually do to show you both of them, I thought I'd come back in and do a part B of this little series. Okay, so that's our base. What we know we're having on the base in the corner here is the pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. So yeah, so hopefully the time it takes me to decide on things, which can be quite some time, I can be quite indecisive, has been taken out of the equation, and it's just a case of me gluing and constructing it. So this is going to go in here like that. Yeah, we're all still filling. Okay. So what I think I'm going to do at this stage is just give everything a bit of an ink, and then we're ready to glue down our first pocket that we decided on, the triangle pocket that's gusseted, so that we can you can get the whole real estate of the envelope basically. envelope pocket. Okay. Let's just do this. Still a bit softer. Need to let it dry a little bit longer, but that's fine. That'll still stick and work. Okay. So glue on the little flaps on here, and then we can put our first pocket down. Up. Okay. Make sure that looks straight. I think that looks straight, and I'm going to do how we did the other ones. I'm just going to weight it down. Like so. There we go. Okay, so let's work on the next one here, which if I take that off, you will notice that this is going to be flipping down like this. So what I want to do on the inside when it flips down is have this little pocket. I've just created a little hinged pocket there that's going to sit onto here with this bit of digital, and then we've got some secret writing space. So let's glue this down. Just put the lid on this glue. So how are you all doing this week? I hope you're doing well. I hope you've been able to do some crafting, whether you're crafting along with me or you've got other projects that you're doing. I'd love to hear about it, so do comment below, that would be great. It's another warm day here today. Yeah, we've been getting quite a bit of heat this last few weeks, which I don't mind too much, as long as it's cool of an evening. I think this bit of paper was a little bit too big for this, but I want to make sure that it's not too big here on the hinge, and it's gonna, I either cover the whole hinge or none of the hinge at all, and I didn't want to cover the hinge. So yeah, I need to do a bit of trimming. I'll let that dry for a bit. So what I'm going to do is just glue this onto the pocket here. It's going quite quickly, actually. This is coming together quickly. It helps having pre-decided what I was going to do on each one. It's surprising that side of things seems to take me forever to decide. Okay, let's just pop this on there like so. And I think I said when we did the collaged one, you could go in at a later stage and add lace to the pocket, decorate it up even more if you wanted to. This is just a quick basic decoration so that we can then get to the stage where we can glue it into the journal. Oh, I've got so much glue on my hand. The paper's sticking to my hand. I think I might have to grab a wipe and just wipe up my hands. Yeah, they're sticking to my hands as well as the scissors. Just excuse me while I grab a wet wipe. My hands are quick and clean. There we go. Okay, so that's nice, that's done there. So we've got some writing space, and I do want this to sit on here as a little pocket. So let's ink the little pocket. And then I'll ink that, I think, as well. Oh, that crease is all... Yeah, I must look to change my ink dauber. So just make sure that flips down. We definitely want the pocket this way. I'm just making sure for my own peace of mind that I've got it the right way. So I'm just putting glue on these little flaps that we folded over. Okay, so I want to pop you all the way down like so. Now I'm just going to weight this down like so. This one should be dry enough now. Just uncurl on the back. There we go. Okay, so let's move this all over here this time. And that the bit of fabric's going to go on the front of that, which we'll do in a minute. So while that's drying, this is the flap that goes here. So what I've gone ahead and decided for this side inside bit is another little hinged pocket that we've got there, and then this is going to go on here. It hasn't quite gone to the edge, but you're not going to see that because it's going to be under the pocket. So just fold that over that side, grab my glue sheet, and we'll glue this one down. So I hope you don't mind that I've gone ahead and decided on what's happening, what image that I'm going to be putting on each of these. I know that kind of takes a bit of the creativity out of the video itself, but this one I just wanted to show again how I construct, how I put them together once we've done the basic construction. Oh, there's a corner bit was tucked up, look, put a bit of glue on there. And then I mean we've still got the ribbon and everything that I want to put on to close the journal, so that's going on there. Okay, now we've got the little pocket that's going to go on here. Which way round's that? That way round. So let's glue this bit down and we can put the pocket on. I've also been thinking about the next stage of these journals, which will be the signatures, which I think I've shown in some of the journal making series that I've done, like the Red Rose and the Garden Time journal, putting together the signatures and deciding on what we want to do. But if you want me to carry on with this little series and carry on like with this one here and decide on signatures and me showing you how I sew the signature in, because I always do a three-hole pamphlet stitch, I think is what they call it, then I'm happy to carry on and do a 4 or 5 part series all about the signatures and how I put my signatures together and how I like to create extra flip out space in them and that. So do let me know in the comments if that's what you would like to see. I'm more than happy to do that for September, to do a follow-on from the from this cover part of the series, and then talk about the signatures. So right, I'll just put some glue along here, make sure there's plenty on there. Lovely. And this is going on here, so let's make sure it's all level. Yeah, that looks good. Slightly off there. I've got a bit of wiggle time, which is good. Okay, so let's move this over this way, and that one's stuck down. Okay, so this one is now dry, and what we want to do is create the fabric, and I've got this piece here, and I was just going to try and sort of lay it on there with most of this showing. So what I think I'm going to do is put the Fabri-Tac glue on here, and then we'll lay the fabric where we want it. Oops, where we want it. I'm not very good at doing a straight line today. Okay, that's a good amount of Fabri-Tac glue. I know this edge is not straight, but I kind of don't want to lose too much from here. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good. So we will push that down to where we want it, and then I'm just going to cut around it. I don't mind if it frays slightly, because what I was thinking was to stitch around here, but then I've just realised you're going to lose the gap of the pocket that we created, so I might not stitch this bit. Okay, seepage there. There we go. So let's trim this down. Hopefully these scissors will allow me to. If not, I'm going to have to get my big ones, wait until it's completely dry and then get my big fabric shears. No, it's going, it's good. Now, we don't want to go over the join here. Okay. So let's cut down here. And then across the bottom here. And one of our flaps now that folds down is now covered in fabric. Lovely. Okay, so that is this one here. So I think we are ready to actually glue this bit in here. So this should be dry now, so let's just move this out of to the side. And let's glue this down. Let me just see if I can straighten this out a little bit. Same with this. It's the only problem when you're using the Pritt Stick glue. It does warp it slightly, but as you see in my last the collaged version of this journal, I had to weight it under a book just to keep it nice and flat until it finished drying. So I will do the same with this one. So they do come together once you know how you want it, what little pockets, any writing space that you want. They do come together quite quickly and nicely. So I'm just going to go, I think, about there. Make sure it doesn't impede the fold. Yeah, that's where I think I would like it. So let's weigh this one down like so, and that can dry there. Lovely. Okay, so where are we with this one? We've got our little pocket on here, and what we need to do now is I was just going to have this on here like that. So let's get another. Oh, that looks as though it's dry enough to do this, and then we're almost there for this first one, which is good. Okay, so we know it's going that way. So we know that. Why is it that it's never seem to be able to get it straight? That's better. Okay, I didn't ink before we did that. That's not a problem. Once, give it a few minutes to dry, and then we can ink around that. So just, my hands are feeling sticky again. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we're up to 25 minutes already. Time seems to be going very quickly today. Very quickly. Right, hopefully this is dry enough. I think so. I think that's still a little damp, but yeah, I think that's going to be all right. And then we've got this one that's going to go here. So I do want to do a little tab on this, but what I think I'm actually going to do is just have a little tab on the side, and I think I'm going to, because I've got this ribbon, this lovely red, deep red ribbon, which is what is going to go behind here and tie it up. I think I'm going to use a bit of this ribbon just as the tie, and if I use it that end, then it's not too bad for the butterfly there. Okay, so that's about, I think, a good length. So let me just get my lighter and do the ends. And pin back in, and then I want just a bit of Fabri-Tac glue to hold this down. Okay. There we go, I've gone quiet there, sorry. Concentrating. There we go. So that's just a nice little tab, so that you know to pull that down, hidden writing space, and a little pocket there. That's lovely. Okay, and we inked all around that what we needed to. Okay, so let's give this an ink around. Along here. And then I'll just do a bit along here. There. Lovely. So we ink the front of this now. And then we'll be ready to attach this to it. Just make sure I've got that done. Lovely. Okay, so we're ready to now attach this on here. Okay, so we go with my PVA glue. And we know we want this to kind of be central. Now, that's that over nicely without any issues. I'm just going to flip that down so that I can come into contact with where I need to. Lovely, just going to leave that there for a few moments. Okay, so we're about 1/2 past. Now, before I go ahead and sew this journal in, I need to decide on, stick this in. I need to decide if I'm going to be stitching round on here. I'll show you on this one. If I was to stitch around the outside on here, I could possibly catch this, which I don't want to because you wouldn't then be able to flip it out. Or I've got to be very careful and go along that inside line. And I do like to do quite a nice size zigzag, so I would do my sewing now on here. So I'm going to do that off camera, and I'm going to sew all the way along here, down here, along here, and then up this bit, avoiding the spine, and I'm going to do the same again on all 4 sides of this journal, of the journal cover. Then I will be back, this will have dried, and we can do the next stage. We can put the ribbon on here and then decide if we want to stitch this before we glue it. So I will be back shortly. Hi everyone, so I'm back. I decided to stitch around the front cover. I just thought that would look nice. I just like stitching when I do fabric covers. It's just my personal preference. So I basically just went all the way around the outside. Just a little tip. I don't know if any of you know this or not. You might, if you're not a seamstress or quilter or sewer, you might not, but sometimes you think your machine won't go through, the needle won't go through the thick card and several layers of the fabric. You can actually get jeans needles that are suitable for jeans material, and when you're doing hems of jeans, they go through like 3 or 4 thicknesses of denim, and I always change out my needle to a jeans / denim needle, which is a lot thicker and sturdier and stronger, and that just goes through this thick. Even on this, where we had 2 layers of the cardboard and you've got the 2 layers of the fabric, it just went through an ease, whereas a normal everyday needle won't. Some of you might not be confident enough to know that kind of thing and to change your machine needles and stuff, but that's what I always do from my dressmaking days. I know you can get certain thicknesses of needle and strength to go with the types of fabric and heaviness of weight that you're using. So I just thought I'd share that with you. So anyway, after sewing all around that, I decided I just wanted a little stitch across the top there. It does take a little bit of that pocket away, but I just liked a bit of a stitch across the top. But I've also since decided, while preparing this one ready to do, I actually would like a bit of stitching round on here. So I didn't do that because I decided it after I'd got the sewing machine out and put it back away. So we'll do the same for this one. So we're going to just carry on sticking this together now. I've gone ahead and prepped everything. So if that's the flip up, that's one of the flips to the side, and then this is the base. So if we quickly do this base, get that ready, then I'll pause, do the stitching, come back, and we'll stick the 2 bases in. Yeah, rolling camera. Okay. So let's just put some glue on this. just get this kind of central. Oh. Get a little bit of time to move it. Yeah, that'll do. So on this back piece we've got our little gusseted pocket that's going to go there, so let's glue this bit onto here. And then, where did I have it? Had the rose down this end, didn't I? Oh, my fingers get sticky. Need another wet wipe. Where's my scraper? There it is. Okay, I'm just going to grab a wet wipe. Fingers are so sticky, so do excuse me, just do this. Right. We don't need that glue, but I do want to give this a bit of an ink around before I pre-inked all the pieces of paper that we're gluing, but I forgot to pre-ink all of this, so I'll just do a quick ink around here. Now you could do a little notch in this little pocket if you wanted to, but because it's gusseted and it stands out from the back, I'm not too fussed about having a pocket on there. Right, I'm going to turn it this way purely so that I can line everything up easier. So let's just put some glue on our little flaps that we created. And down on here. So going quiet again, concentrating on doing the glue. Now I am filming this a couple of days later, and I unfortunately wasn't too well again, so I just had to rest. So yeah, it's several days later filming, and I'm again filming in the morning. I seem to, once I'm feeling not too bad, the mornings seem to be the best time for me. If I film in the afternoon, I'm really clumsy and struggling. So so although this is the two videos are going to be joined together, this is actually a different day, which is probably going to confuse people. So yeah, I do tend to film ahead. I just take the opportunity to film as and when I'm feeling okay. It just all depends on health. So as it's the following day, well, as I said, a couple of days later, we've got a lovely sunny day today. We had horrendous rain yesterday, so but today it's nice and clear and the sun is shining, and I think temperatures are going to be getting warm again. So okay, that's that little pocket done. Move the fabric out of the way for the moment. Let's see if I can move that up a little bit more, give me a bit more space to do the inside of this little flap. So yeah, once you get everything how you want it, you've decided on your flippy flaps, which way they're going to go and their size, and you've decorated it up, it does all come together quite quickly. So but I just wanted to show you a mix of the two. I was hoping to, as I said, hoping to get it done in the one video, but as per usual I was a bit too optimistic as to what I can actually physically get done in the time. I don't know about you guys, but that seems to apply to everyday tasks as well. I kind of set myself, alright, I'd like to do this, this, this and this, and even before my health took a nosedive, I was always giving myself way too much to do in a day. So now I can get even less done in a day. Okay, so that's that one. We might as well glue. Actually, I think I'll glue the fabric on this side first. Now I'm not too. Do I want that edge? No, I think I do want to cut that bit off, but I kind of want to get a centerpiece of this, so I'm just going to trim around the outside like I did the other one. So let's pop a load of Fabri-Tac glue on here, and then we will position this where we want it. Oh, it's stinky this morning. That always happens whenever I've had a really bad migraine. I don't have very good sense of smell at the best of times anyway. Sorry, I'm just getting my orientation right. Flip that way. Here we go. Yeah, I don't have a very good sense of smell at the best of times, but after I've had a migraine, my sense of smell is so heightened, it's crazy. And yeah, and I just really notice the slightest of smells. And normally this Fabri-Tac glue can get a little stinky. I've got the windows on security, but yeah, it just seems really strong today, and my sense of smell, as I said, is just heightened. Right, so I'm happy with that. That kind of, I got all the leaves on there that I wanted, so I don't know if this these scissors will work. I'm going to take this big bit off first, I think. They might. If anybody has got any recommendations on a really good decent pair or set of scissors, I've had these little ones for years and they are good, but they're starting now to not be as sharp for cutting fabric. Used to be able to cut fabric, paper, all sorts, and I call these my mucky ones because they get quite glued up as well. So yeah, if anyone's got any recommendations, I know a lot of people use the Tim Holtz scissors, but they're quite expensive, so I don't have too much spare cash, unfortunately. I think everybody's feeling the pinch of cost of living, but yeah, if you've got any recommendations for a decent set of scissors that would do fussy cutting, because all my scissors are, I've got metal handles apart from these. I mean, you've seen my big fabric shears, and then I've got two smaller sets of all metal, and I just find the grip here needs to be quite soft for me personally. But I also struggle with too big a handle. I like them where they're quite small. I think it's because I tend to grip the scissors quite harsh on my hands, so I don't like too big a scissor. Well, that's these bits where your fingers go in. Probably not explaining myself very well, but yeah, if you've got any recommendations of ones you guys use and can recommend, do comment below. That would be great, because I am looking for to get myself another set that might be a bit easier on my hands. Okay, so we're getting there. We've got our fabric now. Orientation, that's flapping over that way. This pocket's got to go on here. I'm actually going to put it right on the very edge, I think. There we go. Okay, so let's weight this one down. This other one should have dried enough by now. Don't need that one. Okay. Just use my bone folder to go in and make sure we aren't stuck. We're not stuck. Okay, lovely. So that's the first bit of the back done. That bit's drying, so I'll leave that there. So now we're on to what we class as the flip up. Okay, so if I take that off and those, just put them to the side. I wanted this on here, so let me grab, I think I need a new, oh no, I might, that's not too wet, I can get one in there. Let me move this up a little bit. There we go. Get a bit more space. So again, same in the comments below, if you guys would like me to carry on. I think I asked the question in the part 4A when we did the all paper collaged flippy flap journal cover that's autumn themed. If you'd like me to carry on doing a make on camera with these journal covers, so sorting out the signatures, popping them in, and just sort of creating little bits of ephemera and everything, then do let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to work on these on camera. That's not a problem at all. Okay, it's like I went slightly over on here. I will re-ink the whole of these before they get stuck. So that's going to flip up, and I wanted a piece of coffee dye paper on here. I am going to need a new glue page so that you've got a little spot of writing paper. Yeah, little spot to write on. So let's glue this one down. Just check I'm still filming. Good. There we go. Now I've got to get this exactly, because I've made it the right size. I think I made it the right size. It needs to come up. Let's go this way round first so that I don't put too much on that, and then any excess I'll just cut off. That's it. Yeah, it's a little bit too big. That's not a problem. Just wipe my hands, they're all sticky again. So I think this will be airing, I think this airs after my birthday. I can't remember because I'm doing these, as I said, in advance. So I might actually do, you might have already seen a little bonus birthday video or haul video of some crafty bits that I've got. I'm not sure, so if you haven't seen it yet, then this is a video to come. Okay, let's just trim these bits off, pop that in the bin. Oh, get off my finger, it's stuck to my finger. Stick to the paper in the bin. There we go. There, I think that's straight. Okay, so what I wanted to do then was have a little pocket on here, because we're flipping up, so the pocket needs to be on that side. Okay, so bring this back in. And then we'll be ready to glue this onto here. There we go. So, sticky fingers again. Let's ink around. Put the lid on my glue first, because I don't need the Pritt stick anymore. Give this little pocket a quick ink. This craft card that I use really does ink up lovely. There we go. So let's glue our little flappy bits. Sorry, I've gone quiet again while I'm gluing. Okay. So this is going to sit on here, like so. Okay, so let's weight it down with some glue. So now that goes that way, doesn't it? And this one is flipping onto here. So I think if we do the inking around this, we can glue these two together. So I'm just going to ink around here. Definitely need to dig out a new sponge. Hopefully I've still got some. And then we just ink this little bit up. Lovely, and ink on this little bit here. There we go. So this bit's now ready to glue down. So I'm going to turn it this way so that I can get equal distance. I just find it easier to measure it that way. Glue on the inside of this little flap. Like so, and we want to go about centre. That looks about centre. So I'll turn it this way now, make sure we are flush there. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so that can go there with a couple of little weights on it to hold it down. Okay, so this may well be dry enough now to ink around. Okay. You could round the corners on these, but I haven't. I've just left them as they are on this particular one. Stuck down. Just making sure that pocket is stuck. Yeah, okay. Okay. Right, I'm quiet again, aren't I? I'm sorry. I suppose because the last couple of days I haven't really done anything but rest. I've not got much more to talk about. Sorry. Okay, so that should be dry. Hello, I'm so sorry that last bit of the video cut out. I didn't realise and carried on. I think it ended when we were gluing this flap on and I didn't realise, so I do apologise. I carried on and I finished. I put the little tab on here and then I put the little tab on there. Then I went ahead and cut my bits of ribbon to go around. So if I just quickly recap, I was going to stop after we'd stuck these bits of ribbon on anyway because of wanting to sew round. So this is, I'm just going to quickly come on and show you. These are about 41 centimetres long, and when I did this one, I showed you, oh, I've got my mat, look, I showed you that I just wrapped it around the string, the ribbon rather, round like this and just measured and cut how much I thought I needed. As I said, I always do extra. I've cut it in half because I didn't want it going all the way across the back. So we're ready to stick this bit on. And last time what we did was, if I open them out, we needed to just measure 4 inches down because we know that this is 8 inches, and then that I know is the centre. So I just wanted to quickly come back on, recap this little bit before I then go and stitch. Okay, that's about 4 there and there. Okay, so we want to put some glue all on here, Fabri-Tac glue to stick the ribbon on. And then, as I said, it's going to get sewn on there. That's about centre. So that's that bit, that side. And we'll do the same again on this side. Strings off my glue, look. That's about there. Okay, so move that up there and just let that dry. And I've already gone ahead and done this one, so let's mark this at 4. So we know we've got the centre. There we go. kind of centre. That's that one, that way. Now we do bubble glue on there. For that one, I'm going to glue this side. Okay. So there we go, and we'll put this one in there. So once these are dry, I will do what I mentioned but it never filmed, is sew around these. I'm going to do a zigzag, I think, around here, and then on straight stitch just down here so that I don't catch that pocket. And I'll do the similar on that side, and then I will be back and we will do the final gluing in of the journal. So yeah, again, I'm sorry my video cut out, but I'm cutting it off here and I'll be back in a few minutes. Bye. Hello again. It's all dried and I've done my stitching, so it's all been stitched around ready. So this is the front. I managed to do a zigzag around this bit. There was enough gap for me to do a zigzag along there, so I'm quite happy with that. That looks nice. I'm just going to tie the ribbon back up for the moment, ready to stick in there. And I did exactly the same with the back. I decided to do a little stitch along here. I didn't want to put anything on that corner there with the pocket, and then I've stitched around there. So again, I'm happy with that one. So it's gluing them in now. We'll do the front one first. Now what I am going to be using is quite a bit of Fabri-Tac glue on this, because we're obviously it's being adhered to fabric, but I don't want to put the whole thing with Fabri-Tac glue, because I think that would use, or do I? I'm just looking to see how much of a we need. I'm just going to use all Fabri-Tac glue, I think. I'm just going to use all Fabri-Tac on this one. Okay, so I'm going to just put my glue on here, and then we will position it where we want it. When we did the measurements, we left about quarter of an inch all the way round for this. So that should give us a nice little lip around the edge. Okay, there we go. Make sure we've got a good amount of glue all the way around on this edge bit. Oh, that's really stinky. There, I think I've got more than enough glue on there to hold this in. Okay, so we know we want about a quarter of an inch around there, which it adheres quite quickly, so you've got to okay, let's open this up now. We can get a firmer press. I might not even have to do too much of a weight along here. That edge is coming up, so maybe I do need to weight it down a little bit. Like so, and then along that top bit, along here, and this bottom bit seems to be coming up as well, doesn't it? Oops, let's just weight this one down. It should stick quite quickly, the Fabri-Tac glue. it doesn't take as long as the obviously the PVA glue. Let's just see. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah, I still think I might put a weight under that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave these on here for now, just to give it a bit of a weight while we glue this one in, and then I will get a big book like I did last time round and weight it down. I used the pegs previously, but I found that quite awkward actually. So I'm changing it and trying a different way and just putting it directly onto with a book on top of it, should I say. Really getting stinky, this glue. Okay, so cut my ribbons up, and we are about there is where I think, a bit further over than I wanted it, and there. Yeah, still all right on the corner here. Right, okay. Let's undo this now and get this pressed in. Again, I'm just going to do a bit of weight on this one now. Right, what I think I'm going to do while I've got a bit of weight on that one is just grab my big book. I'm just using this book. It's already been, pages have already been cut up, ready to do some fussy cutting. And what I think I'm going to do is open those out, put the ribbons down that centre bit, move these out of my way, aside. Got this all opened out anyway, and then I'm just going to open my book out and weigh it down. This is a lovely book. I got it from a charity shop, and then I've taken the pages and everything out ready, but I haven't yet cut it up. I don't dare cut it. I've got as far as this, and then it's like, oh, but if I fussy cut this squirrel, I might lose the badger. And do you guys find that you like, if I cut that, I've lost the badger, and it's deciding what to do with it. Anyway, I'll be back in probably about half hour. This will take to dry, so I'll be back, and then I'll show you the finished journal, which should look like this but in this pattern. So see you shortly. Hi everyone, so it's been about half an hour, so this should all be dry and nice and flat. Oh, that book's heavy. Yeah, that looks nice. That's glued down, lovely. So there we go. This is the second cover that we've done. That we did. This one was the mixture of the fabric and the paper. So that would obviously tie up there. We've got a flip out this way we've added pockets here, here and here with some writing space. You could actually even write on there, that's pale enough on there. So that's the little back flip. and then on the front we have a flip that goes this way that's got a little pocket, a fabric flip down that's got a little pocket, and then we've got a big triangle pocket on here. I've given this bit some writing space here, and we could do more decoration. I'm going to put a little something on here, and I think something on there as well. But that is the second version of my journal cover that has the flippy flappy insert bases as a mouthful. But yeah, so we did our collaged one, and now we've done our lovely fabric one, which can be decorated up. So there are two journals that we've done in this little series. Thank you very much again for requesting this video. I've thoroughly enjoyed making it. I hope you have thoroughly enjoyed watching along with me and creating these journals. If you have, I'd love to see your makes. Do tag me on, if you're on Instagram. I am at BumbleBeeCrafts13 on Instagram. There's links on my homepage here on YouTube, but yeah, do tag me. I'd love to see your creative versions of these with flip outs, and how you maybe you tie them up with some lace, or you use magnets or something. So yeah, so that will be fun. As I said, if you want me to carry on making these journals, putting the signatures in, doing a bit more decoration to them, do let me know in the comments, and that's something we can perhaps work on through September's videos. But yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed it. Thank you very, very much for watching and supporting my channel, and take care everybody. See you soon. Bye.